Oh, we're live. Good morning. Good morning, gamers. We're back on this fine, what is it, Tuesday? This fine Tuesday. The stock market's finally open. Everything's looking insanely bullish, insanely bullish. Like, actually. Oh, whoa. My thing started playing in the background. Oopsie. Alright, but at least I know I'm live. W's in the chat. Anyways, everything looks insanely bullish. We got the penguins in the background. Feeling absolutely massive today. I literally just woke up. It's actually really bad how recently I just woke up. Like, I've been like scrambling to put it together for the stream today. And yeah, so I mean, tons of fucking bullish news. What else is there? Other than that, like, not really anything specifically. I'm definitely gonna try to farm some clips and work on my editing skills because it needs improvement. But lessons are always to be learned. Let's start recording. Good, good, good. I'm smart. All right, we're recording. W's. All right, let's get into the charts. First of all, let's go back to the weekly. I believe weekly CME has like, actually, no, it does not. 5-day does though. Not on CME, on normal. Yeah, so 5-day did have a drive of hidden bullish divergence confirm on the last close of the 5-day, which was this candle. All right, I have all these shits. I'm just going to delete everything. And what does that mean? That is a continuation signal. The trend has been up on the 5-day and the weekly, and volatility super low. We're starting to see a turn up above 26,530. We close above that, then Bitcoin becomes very, very bulla, very, very bulla. Let's go to the daily, or actually, let's go to the 2-day. So 2-day, we're seeing a turn up. Volatility is still kind of sideways. We haven't broken out of this trend yet. As weird as these candles look for some reason on index. Let's look at the daily. Better look. We're rejecting off this EMA 55 in this general trend. I wouldn't consider this a breakout in any retrospect. We're still like below it. We're still obviously weak. If we broke up, it would be very obvious. So we haven't like we're not completely bullish yet. Hopefully we do break up, and so this is like a middle to longer term. All right, so 12 hours is like a better middle term. On the 12-hour, I mentioned this yesterday. If we start rejecting in the 67 to 76 range and we turn white, then this is actually a pretty bearish sign because it's a always just redraw lines. Well, yeah, that's why it's a trend line. I don't really use trend lines like that. I don't really use trend lines like that for a reason. But we're seeing a little bit of rejection. We still haven't flipped any of the EMAs on the 12-hour. So 12-hour is looking a little bit on the weaker end. So like I said, this needs a really big breakout yesterday, and we're not getting it yet. So until we get that, it's hard to be this is a pretty bearish chart, especially once we confirm on the jewel. But we do need to confirm on the jewel. So once that happens, then we'll know for sure. 4-hour. Let's take a look. So 4-hour trend is up. We did get above the 200, which is very, very bullish, which we've been rejecting off of for a while. Well, actually, we're not fully over it, but we do need the EMA to start going above it. But this is a very, very good sign. We are a little bit extended on the 4-hour. I do think we pull back rather than break up, but there is no like confirmation either direction. We could just bust A. Again, we need this confirmation on the jewel here. Oops. To like start rejecting. But it does seem a little bit overextended. I would expect more of a consolidation in the midterm. And then 1-hour has been consolidating, and I would consider this pretty bullish. And I'll get into open interest in a second on 1-hour. So 30-minute. I mean, trend is up on all these charts, so there's nothing like insanely important. Let's go to. All right, so let's discuss open interest. So what we've been seeing over the past like week, we've been seeing open interest just go up only. So open interest is getting very, very up there now. Oops, did not mean to do that. Open interest started to get up there very, very much, very, very high. And we're also seeing volatility start to go decline right now. Combine this with funding rates. So let's go to a funding rates chart. Where's my funding rates chart? So we're seeing funding rates start to come down a little bit. On Lavitas, funding rates are below my key area. They're actually pretty low. So I consider this pretty bullish. As well as on Crown, they are slowly coming down. even though they look pretty high, overall it's been trending down as we've been grinding up, and we're seeing volatility come down the 1 hour. So I do consider this a very bullish signal, especially because open interest is getting pretty high. I do think we break up. However, we do need to like not be net long. Like we do need funding rates to come down a little bit more, in my opinion. And this means that we do have a risk where we might like have like some like very wiki action where we liquidate on both sides. So we do need confirmations. That's like the main thing we're fighting for. But right now we do not have it. So again, like I was saying on the 4 hour, where we do have like a very big move coming, or the 12 hour, but we haven't like broken up yet. And so I would consider more sideways, maybe like consolidation down to 26 is probable before we actually ever move up. But on the higher term time frames, this is super bullish. On the daily and 5 day, this looks super good, especially the 5 day. 5 days is like a pristine setup. Let's move away from all the funding rate stuff. Let's just get into the news. So, what's going on today? The super cycle is starting, according to Rookie XBT, as well as we have this BlackRock spot ETF narrative, as well as we have the Grayscale Bitcoin discount going from 41% to 36%, as well as BlackRock filing for a Bitcoin ETF makes me all right. Well, this isn't like, as well as BRICS Alliance consider Bitcoin as an alternative to the US dollar, as well as crypto exchange backed by Citadel Securities, Fidelity, and Schwab starts operations called EDX Markets, which I actually have the link here. We are starting to see this massive influx of all like all this bullish news that we wish for in the we'd wish for in the bull market. We're starting to get in the bear market, despite the fact that crypto is dead. Apparently, despite the fact that crypto is completely dead, and and regulatory authorities are sending it to zero. And I think we're starting to see the start of a potential super cycle, because we are starting to see all these like big time players in the TRADFI space start to enter crypto. This is my title of the stream today. And it is a very, very bullish sign, especially since it is the bear market and all this fundamental changes to crypto coming. It's not like this bullshit news like, oh, this person's using Ethereum or this. I don't know. Like we're seeing fundamental news of people actually offering crypto. We're seeing Deutsche Bank offer crypto custody. And I think there's more. MasterCard filed trademark application to develop crypto and blockchain software. We're seeing all this bullish news all at once, and it is super good. I do want to talk more in depth on the GBTC discount. So basically, and just explain it a little bit more. Basically, there is a discount between Grayscale Bitcoin and the Bitcoin they're actually holding. But there is talks about Fidelity buying them, as well as the fact that BlackRock have their ETF trust going live, and so people are buying the Bitcoin, the GBTC trust, because there is an opportunity. There is a lot of like traditional finance like demand for Bitcoin. I'm gonna close this. Yeah, same exact thing. We have the CME Bitcoin futures Coinbase IPO listing, BlackRock spot ETF. These are narratives that drove the market up and resulted in tops. Uh, Rumors out there that Fidelity. Yeah, so can close this. This is just a funny tweet. Big ETH will outperform Bitcoin in the next 2 years. Breaking: BRICS Alliance consider Bitcoin as an alternative to US dollar. Very interesting. And then, as I was talking about earlier, and this is EDX. I don't really know too much about it. Let's look at their technology. They have market data. I don't know. I don't really know too much. What are their fees? Bro, like this whole website's so empty. How do I join? Membership inquiries. All right, so you clearly have to be like a. I don't really know what the fuck is going on this website. All right, fuck you, EDX. Terrible exchange. Deutsche Bank offering crypto custody. So, like I was saying, more banks are getting to crypto. The I let me go to this. So again, Trade Mastercard. So I mentioned this. Let's close this. BNB Chain has introduced a new layer 2 solution. I got two BNB newses. So basically what BNB are doing, they're doing the Polygon method, where basically their chain needs to scale. They have their own L1 chain. Polygon is an L1. And how are they going to scale their chain, make it even cheaper? They're adding a layer 2 to it. And these layer 2s are a base and are like, well, this layer 2 is based on optimism, which is based on like optimistic rollups. It's a scaling solution, and the way it works is it's basically it uses op BNB as like a fee, and then it allows you to do more transactions per second and with much slower or much faster or much cheaper, not only faster transactions but also much cheaper chain. Obviously it's EVM, and then Binance are also implementing Bitcoin Lightning network. So the Lightning network, dude, why can't I fucking talk right now? So they're also implementing the Lightning network into their exchange. So just bullish news for Binance. Yeah, the IMF is developing a digital currency platform to enable transactions between countries. Now, is this a crypto or is this a CBDC? I don't know, but it's some question marks. European Investment Bank taps blockchain for climate awareness bond. So the Swedish krona-based climate awareness bond will be issued on a blockchain that incentivizes operators to improve the environmental footprint of infrastructure. They haven't announced what this blockchain is, but just more bullish news of banks using blockchain technology. Some bearish news for Rune. Rune has to be like one of the greatest down only tokens ever, and there's even more reason for it to be down now that they have even more reason for them to have regulatory scrutiny. But apparently atomic wallet hackers have been using Thorchain SwiftBridge to conceal a portion of the stolen $35 million that they stole, and that is not a good sign, although technically you can see the outgoing Bitcoin. So I mean, it looks like you can track it, so it is just more fun on Rune. However, Rune is kind of like really taking a hit in every time any time like anybody talks about Rune, it just takes a hit. Unfortunate. Uh, Etherscan launches an AI powered code reader, so it can read your code using ChatGPT stuff. Cool. Don't know too much about it. Robinhood Hood has enabled 24. I mean, I could talk about it more in depth. That it's cool because it means that you can check how code works and see if you're gonna get like hacked. But I don't really. It's not like super interesting to me at the end of the day. Robinhood has enabled 24-hour trading on their Apple app today. So you can already trade 24/7 for crypto, but now you can trade 24/7 for stocks, which is pretty interesting. OpenAI is launching a marketplace in which customers could sell AI models they customize for their own needs to other businesses, per information. This is pretty cool. You can customize an AI model and make money, get a portion of it. Robert F. Kennedy is now leading Joe Biden 2024 president election polls. So I saw this. So I mean, the community notes kind of explains it better. They're referring to favorability, but in a new poll, Democrats are like so RFK is getting support from both Democrats and Republicans. So overall, in a presidential race, RFK probably does win. Like realistically speaking, he's a very centrist, and he'll win both sides. In terms of favor, I'm not too sure in terms of like actual polls. He's not. I don't think he's ahead in the Democratic election. However, 100% in polls, people are a lot more favorable of RFK, and you're starting to see all these podcasts improve their position on him. Gainsey was like, "Look, man, I'm not saying everything RFK Jr. says is right, but when the only people arguing with him are politicians, people with pronouns in bio and Ukrainian flag in name, and doctors who say gender isn't assigned at birth." Yeah, he got a hell of a point there. And Jeebus at the same time is like, the always wrongs coming out in full force against RFK is giving him significantly more credibility than he could get from any platform, to be honest. Again, another very good point. RFK is a little bit out there in some of his theories. However, he is very interesting. He does go against a lot of what the current beliefs are in like the best way possible. What a lot of mainstream beliefs are in the best way possible. And all these like I don't know. He is getting a lot of what's the word for it? He's getting a lot of momentum because of all these people arguing against him that are just completely wrong. I had a hypothesis about Blur, so he said, all right, so let's get into NFTs, I guess. a little bit. So Blur, he was like, assuming that NFTs are like DeFi tokens, Blur farming would then be similar to the Sushi Swap launch, wherein liquidity for assets were inorganically boosted to intergalactic multi-generational high, which I would imagine is the best time to sell. But then again, I'm no NFT expert. He's absolutely right. Basically, Blur created a bunch of liquidity incentives in order for people to farm for their token, and now you're starting to see that hype train die off. NFTs have honestly held really well in the bear market, so the fact that they're finally starting to come down now is an interesting, not an interesting sign, but like it's like kind of like a finally. All right, let's get into crypto coins. So everything's pretty much sideways today. Stacks again, another day where it's big, up 20% on the week, up 10% on the day. Optimism up. I guess this is on the Binance news. Frax continues to go up. I gotta do some research on this. Dash, Shadera. All right, everything else is pretty much sideways, and on the downside, I'll expect pretty much sideways again. Nothing super major. Yeah, on the weekly, again, same thing. Trust, Stacks, Frax, up. What's down the week? BitTorrent, Flow. Yeah, so everything's pretty much the same as yesterday. Polygon Matic continues to grind down, send it to 0. On my watch list, again, nothing. Apex continues to take the shitter. Unfortunate. They do have a lot of locked up tokens, so I'm not going to be buying more. Even though I put in 10 and I'm down 27%, I don't really DCA down when something's down. I DCA when something looks like it's about to start reversing or going up. So I usually just ignore losers. Like, all right, I took like a little bit of like a spray and pray on it, and clearly, even though like every fucking YouTuber talks about that coin, every single one. However, it's still a down only coin. Whatever. Any single coin that has an affiliation with Binance, at least. It's a better way to put it. Slightly better way to put it. Now, yeah, Pendle up 10% on the week, 1% down on the day. Magic gains. So gains actually my DCA of the day. Let's get into it. Gains and my big cap was I don't remember. I believe it was Sui. Yeah. So I'm gonna put into Sui and gains today. Yeah. So let's start DCA $10 into Bitcoin. So what is that today? 375 4 5 4. Add transaction. Add transaction $10 ETH. ETH is still down. Unfortunate. 5 7 8. All right, there we go. Add transaction. Big caps. What was my big cap again? It was Sui. Love me some Sui. You know, despite the lack of liquidity on the network, I will always be forever bullish it. Did I tweet I was going live at the end of the... Oh, I don't think I did. Okay, whatever. Alright, well, I'm... Recent Bulan news. Alright, well, fuck it. I might just, like, super late tweet that. Fuck it, whatever. Who cares? Add transaction. Close. Alright, and then my big cap, did I buy it? Yeah, I did some sweet, and some micro cap was gains again. So I'm gonna have an equal position gains in Pika. They're both similar in size. Pika is quite up. I'm telling you, the meme names are just completely broken. So GNS, I believe that's 2.54. All right, 2.55 add transaction. All right, very nice. So officially on this, we are now today's day 12. We've put $40 every day, so we are up $8 on 480. While market has been pretty much sideways this whole entire time. I mean, look at the weekly. We've literally gone from here to here. So yeah, it's pretty much sideways, or like I don't know, maybe we're up 3% on the market, but what is 3% of 480? Let's find that out really quickly. 480 times 0.03. $14. So if Bitcoin's up 3%, which is not, Bitcoin is up. Actually, Bitcoin is up about 3%. Actually, no. It's less. It's less. It's like 2 point something. 2.78. ETH is down. Big caps are up 3.37, and micro caps I got wrecked by Apex, but it's fine because it's DCA portfolio. So eventually it'll become a smaller and smaller percentage of the entire thing. Beacon gains aren't equal size, and then we got Pendle, and the rest are smaller. Big caps, GMXWE. I mean, I am putting a little bit of a heavy position, a heavy concentrated position, but I don't really want to like spray and pray too much into like a bunch of random bullshit coins. But I do have like quite a number of tokens here. So I will probably, I don't know, I probably will continue putting mine into DeFi coins. I am waiting for I gotta do more research. I meant to do it yesterday, and then yesterday I got completely stuck like on DaVinci Resolve and like TikTok and like setting up accounts and shit. It was way too hard. But all right, let's move on. Fuddies, floor of 99, pretty much sideways. Pudgy Penguins, floor of 4.49, so a little bit of a bounce. Luca Nets, we're not waiting for mass adoption, we're creating it. House of the Dragon, Cyrax, alright, so you got like these like House of the Dragons and Fall Guys, and then you got Pudgy Penguins right next to all these other projects. MSRP $13 each for an NFT figure. Very cool. Very, very cool. You think we need to get rid of the word NFT? We had nothing to do with this one. Okay, so they were just somebody put them in their thing, Pudgy Penguins NFT figures. Somebody put them inside this magazine, Pudgy Penguins. On other stuff, Pudgy Penguins do have a monthly town hall with country reps. Apparently, I don't really know too much about that. And then there's a conversation with Luca. That's today at between 2 to 3. And there's the Chilling podcast. I don't know anything about this, but there is this conversation with Time Magazine, which is pretty interesting, which will be later today. I'm gonna leave that open. Dobbin Arena auction soon. So far, we've made 2 auctions. All the proceeds went into animal shelters. These goblins have the extraordinary trade, and only 5 will exist. So they sold this for 4.16. I don't know anything about this extraordinary trait. I don't know who talked about it, but all the proceeds are going to charity. So and to specifically to animal shelters. So if you support that, you might as well cop one. Tokyo down only chart. They just launched staking and they proceed to just go down. Look, you want to open my Neo Tokyo profile? I'm curious. If you're curious how well staking is, currently I have 35, 36. It's been like 3 days, I believe, since I could stake. 3 or 4 days, 5 days maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I have 7.75. I don't want to show off my specific details. I'm also holding 300 more bytes in my wallet. Bytes chart is a down only chart, low key. Let's pull up bytes, especially now that inflation's back. 3.5, damn. Rough chart. Don't look at that. Bitcoin dominance is an up only chart, meanwhile. Look, we're about 50%, which is fucking insane to me. It's fucking insane. And we're seeing volatility start to expand in this like super high up area, but stochastic is above the pivot, so we probably could see just another drive up to 52. That's my next area of interest before we pull back. Apparently, there's another citizen built game. I think the whole thing of citizen built games is kind of cringy, a little bit. But at the end of the day, apparently there's like 50 communities that are integrated. So you have all these different NFT communities. I don't know anything about the game. Stumble upon Rumble. If this is anything like Rumble Fighter, oh, it is like Rumble Fighter. I know it's like Rumble Fighter, which is whatever. I want to see gameplay. I'm looking for gameplay right now. I have no idea what the heck this game is. I hope it's not like Rumble Fighter, which is like a down. I would short the fuck out of Rumble Fighter if I could. Yeah, it is like Rumble Fighter. All right, well, I'm just gonna close this. Not very promising in the Neo Tokyo end. I don't know. I'm just very skeptical when it comes to a lot of Neo Tokyo stuff because I feel like they're doing a lot of things wrong. Whatever. I'm not gonna like talk anything about the project. I own too much of the project. Star Atlas, they have their as part of their R2.1 release, they have an experimental mode. So it looks like you just fly around, just take a look at the maps and shit. Map looks sick though. These graphics are actually pretty good. Like I actually quite like how the trees look like. But I don't know how complete the actual map is. My ADHD does not want to go through this unless I get to actually play it. So we're gonna be kind of done with that. And that's it for the news. I kind of just ran through everything because everything was pretty similar themed. Everything is pretty bullish. So yeah, I've kind of ran through everything. In terms of other gaming, oops, I gotta stop accidentally opening like stuff on accident. It'd be pretty good. Yeah, so we're seeing Bitcoin dominance come up. We're seeing a lot of Bitcoin use. I really think Bitcoin dominance makes a play for 58, and a lot of the recent news is confirming it. I'm tired. I'm low-key tired. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go and figure out some stuff. So I'm gonna hop off. I gotta work on my list, so I actually have actual like more alts, more diversity for tomorrow and the day after. So I'm gonna get into that. I will see. Yeah. Other than that, gaming. Waiting for the end of the month, so 10 more days. 10 more days for gaming. So yeah. Good night. Adios. Adios, amigos. Pudgy Penguins up only. Amen. Wow, my arms fucking hurt. I hit chested yesterday. My whole body hurts. I gotta actually be productive. I barely slept yesterday. I was catching up on a lot of like content stuff. So I woke up late. But yeah, I don't have really anything else to talk about. It seems like a lot of bullish news, but like the same type of bullish news where it's like, all right, maybe I get like a TikTok clip on like, yo, why is Bitcoin always going up? And then you just list like look, all these banks getting into it, and it's gonna be up only from here on out. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop recording. We go down soon. Fuck. No, don't go down. All right. Adios, amigos. Reject 27.4. I would be so sad. That'd be depressing. But no shot, no shot. We just have to get above this trend line that I just adjusted today. I just adjusted it slightly. Look, we rejected. We rejected perfectly off it. All right. Dead trust. All right. Adios, amigos.